Vivian Dodson, a 41-year-old mother from New South Wales, Australia, was enjoying a summer vacation at the picturesque Bondi Beach with her husband Rudolph and their children. The family was filled with excitement as they arrived, marveling at the breathtaking scene before them. Bondi Beach stretched out like a dazzling paradise. The sand, as white as snow, caressed their feet as they strolled along the shoreline. The azure waves crashed gently, painting the air with a mist of salty freshness. The sun glowed over the beach, illuminating the colorful umbrellas dotting the sandy expanse. Vivian and her family reveled in the blissful atmosphere. They splashed and swam in the inviting waters, experiencing sheer joy as the waves embraced them. The children's laughter filled the air as they joyfully built sandcastles, their imaginations taking them to enchanted kingdoms. Meanwhile, after completing their task, Rudolph shared his plan with Vivian to rent a small boat and venture out into the nearby waters. Vivian, longing for a chance to reconnect with her husband, eagerly expressed her desire to join him on the adventure. Entrusting their eldest son, Liam, with the care of his younger brother, Lance, they quickly secured a small boat propelled by a tiny engine. As they embarked on their maritime journey, the couple immersed themselves in mirth and lighthearted banter. The boat carried them further into the sea, effortlessly slicing through the serene waters. A gentle breeze tousled their hair, whispering secrets of the ocean in their ears. The serene ambiance enveloped Vivian, and a sense of tranquility settled upon her weary form. She decided to rest, reclining on her back, using a life vest as a makeshift pillow. Her feet dangled over the side of the boat, toes playfully dipping in the water's cool embrace. In an instant, the idyllic setting shattered. A thunderous splash jolted Rudolph's attention, his heart pounding with a foreboding sense of dread. He spun around, searching for Vivian, only to find her inexplicably missing. His gaze shifted to the nearby water, and his worst fears were confirmed. Vivian fought desperately to stay afloat, her face etched with sheer terror, her screams rending the once peaceful air. Rudolph's mind raced, desperately trying to make sense of the horrifying sight before him. It became painfully apparent that a creature was attacking his beloved wife. Without a second thought, Rudolph sprang into action, propelled by love and instinct. Armed with a utility knife strapped to his leg, he hurled himself into the water, determined to confront the threat that had befallen Vivian. To his horror, he discovered a colossal 17-foot great white shark, its teeth and powerful jaws clamped viciously onto Vivian's leg. Vivian exhibited unwavering bravery as she battled against the unyielding onslaught, desperately fighting to stay afloat amidst the relentless assault. The excruciating pain intensified with each savage bite as the shark's serrated teeth ruthlessly tore into her flesh, mercilessly grinding against bone, fracturing it in a horrifying display. In the face of such terror, Rudolph's adrenaline surged, propelling him forward with unmatched determination. His strokes cut through the water as he swam with all his might, propelled by the purpose of reaching his imperiled wife. As Rudolph drew nearer to the monstrous creature, he was confronted by its sheer enormity, feeling insignificant in comparison. With his heart pounding, he mustered his courage, driving the knife forcefully into the shark's coarse, textured skin, penetrating the layers of flesh with determination. Gripping the hilt tightly, he used the blade to propel himself closer to the violently writhing beast, inching nearer to the heart of the dangerous struggle. The shark unleashed a frenzy of violence, violently thrashing his head from side to side, subjecting Vivian to a nightmarish torment of pain and terror. Each bone-jarring movement left her helplessly tossed about like a rag doll, trapped in a harrowing symphony of agony. Yet, despite the overwhelming onslaught, her spirit refused to be broken. With an unyielding resolve, she summoned every ounce of strength. Vivian used her free leg as a weapon, fiercely kicking at the shark's menacing snout, her determination a testament to her indomitable will. Fueled by a desperate mix of fury and love, Rudolph unleashed a barrage of punches and clawed at the shark's vulnerable spots, its face, snouts, gills, and eyes. The couple's combined assault inflicted agony upon the massive predator, causing it to recoil, its grip on Vivian's leg weakening. Seizing the opportunity, Rudolph maneuvered swiftly, pulling Vivian away from the ferocious jaws of the shark. With determination, he hoisted her onto the boat, ensuring the shark didn't return to claim its prey. As the couple escaped the treacherous waters, the true extent of Vivian's injuries became painfully clear. The shark's menacing teeth had ripped through her flesh, leaving a scene of devastation in its wake. The wound spewed crimson, staining the boat's floor as Vivian's blood flowed. In a race against time, Rudolph knew he had to act swiftly to save his wife. He tightly bound Vivian's mangled leg using his shirt and any available clean cloth on the boat, temporarily halting the bleeding. With determination etched on his face, he steered the boat toward the shore, pushing the engine to its limits. Upon reaching land, Vivian was rushed to the nearest hospital, where a team of dedicated doctors worked tirelessly to save her life. The severity of her injuries proved insurmountable, and despite their best efforts, her leg had to be amputated. After 3 grueling weeks, Vivian emerged from the hospital, her physical and emotional wounds still fresh. But the spirit remained unbroken as she faced the challenges of her new reality with resilience and unwavering determination. With Rudolph by her side, she embarked on a journey of healing and adaptation, their love serving as an unbreakable bond in the face of unimaginable adversity. Jake, a seasoned deep-sea diver from San Francisco, California, had always dreamed of diving in the breathtaking tropical waters of Honolulu, Hawaii. In the summer of 2001, he finally had the chance to fulfill this long-awaited goal. Excitement filled his heart as he packed his bags and embarked on his journey to the paradise of Honolulu. As Jake set foot on the captivating beaches of Honolulu, he couldn't contain his awe. The beaches stretched out in all their glory, adorned with powdery white sand that shimmered under the warm sun. Crystal clear turquoise waters gently lapped against the shore, inviting Jake to explore their hidden depths. After a night of revelry with the locals, Jake, despite nursing a hangover, decided it was time to venture into the waters. Clad in a black wetsuit, equipped with a bright yellow oxygen tank and essential diving gear, he was ready to immerse himself in the wonders beneath the surface. Renting a boat and enlisting the help of a guide, Jake was led to the finest diving spots. The boat anchored in the middle of the ocean, and with a nod from the guide, Jake wasted no time diving into the azure waters. Jake was greeted by a mesmerizing underwater world as he descended into the depths. The coral reefs were like vibrant underwater gardens, alive with an explosion of colors and teeming with an array of marine life. Schools of tropical fish darted around him, their vibrant hues illuminating the water with their elegance. An hour into his dive, while Jake marveled at the beauty surrounding him, a sudden movement caught his attention. A dark silhouette of a massive creature appeared in his peripheral vision. Curious, Jake turned to investigate, but there was nothing suspicious to be seen. Dismissing it as a figment of his imagination, he continued his exploration, unaware of the sinister presence lurking nearby. As Jake began his ascent toward the surface, little did he know that his silhouette resembled that of a seal, unwittingly attracting the attention of a stealthy predator. With lightning speed and deadly precision, a 15-foot tiger shark emerged from the depths, racing toward its unsuspecting prey. In an instant, the predator lunged at its prey. A wave of excruciating pain surged through Jake's abdomen, leaving him gasping for air as his lungs were cruelly deprived of oxygen. The forceful impact ripped through every fiber of his being, shaking him to the core. As the searing pain intensified, he became acutely aware of the relentless assault on his abdomen, feeling the flesh torn apart by the vicious creature that had mercilessly attacked him. As Jake's consciousness slowly returned, a surge of horror flooded his senses, his gaze meeting the piercing eyes of the tiger shark. The sight of the massive predator, its jaws clamped around his body, sent shivers down his spine. Blood seeped from the deep wounds, painting the water red. Driven by primal instinct and adrenaline, Jake summoned every ounce of strength within him. With a flurry of determined blows, he hammered the predator's snout with unyielding force, hoping against hope to break free from its deadly grip. Yet the shark's thrashing movements only intensified the pain, each violent motion tearing apart Jake's flesh. His screams for help disappeared into the depths, swallowed by the unforgiving waters. The agony was unbearable, but Jake refused to surrender to his grim fate. Fueled by adrenaline, he relentlessly struck back, punching, kicking, and clawing at the shark, even as the movement sent shockwaves of torment through his own body. Jake's hand reached the shark's vulnerable eye in a desperate bid for survival. Gripping onto the creature's eye socket with all his strength, he clung on tenaciously, unwilling to let go. The shark recoiled in pain, loosening its grip on Jake's abdomen, providing a brief window of respite. Summoning every ounce of courage and enduring unimaginable pain, Jake wriggled out of the shark's jaws, his flesh sliced and mangled in the process. With his remaining strength, he delivered a powerful kick to the shark's snout, propelling himself upward as the wounded predator retreated into the abyss. Jake's journey to the surface was a grueling battle against his injuries. Each stroke through the water left behind a trail of blood and agony, but his determination to survive spurred him onward. When he finally broke through the surface, his hoarse and raspy voice cried out for help, and his guide, attuned to his distress, quickly came to his aid. He was hauled aboard the boat, his body battered and broken, with flesh and organs exposed from the shark's brutal assault. Time became a race against death as paramedics tended to his wounds. Their expertise and swift actions gave him a fighting chance. Urgently, Jake was rushed to the beach and then transported to the hospital, where a skilled team of medical professionals worked tirelessly to save his life. Despite the severity of his injuries, luck was on Jake's side. Through weeks of intensive care and unwavering determination, he gradually healed. After a month-long struggle, he triumphantly emerged from the hospital, forever marked by his harrowing encounter with the tiger shark. He was determined to embrace life with renewed gratitude and resilience. On a sunny day in June, Yuri Popov and his son Vladimir decided to enjoy the beautiful beach next to the Dream Beach Hotel in Hurghada, Egypt. The beach was buzzing with excitement as locals and tourists splashed in the refreshing waters of the Red Sea. Vladimir, a young IT specialist who had moved to Egypt with his family to escape conscription into the army, eagerly joined the swimmers while his father stayed on the sandy shore. Laughter filled the air as children slid down water slides, creating joyful splashes as they landed in the sea. A ladder lured others gently into the water, adding to the fun. The Red Sea Resort was known for its safety and calm waters, making it a popular destination. The beach was carefully monitored by lifeguards, providing reassurance to the visitors. However, little did Vladimir know that this day would turn into a nightmare. As Vladimir swam in the sea, the atmosphere suddenly changed. Shouts of concern filled the air, drawing his attention. He scanned the area, searching for the source of the commotion. It was then that he spotted it, a large dark gray shark with a menacing dorsal fin, cutting through the water like a knife through butter. Fear gripped Vladimir's heart as the shark began circling him, each pass bringing it closer and closer. Panic surged through his veins as he realized he had no time left. While others scrambled to safety, the shark had targeted him. In a split second, it lunged, its powerful jaws clamping around his body, violently thrashing him beneath the surface. Desperate and injured, Vladimir fought for his life, He kicked and struggled, his legs flailing above the water as he desperately tried to free himself. Miraculously, the shark released its grip, and Vladimir resurfaced, gasping for air amidst the chaos. The sea around him turned crimson with his blood, a grim testament to his injuries. Summoning every ounce of strength, Vladimir mustered the courage to swim back to the shore. Each stroke was a battle, his body weakened by the relentless attack. But just as hope flickered in his heart, he noticed the ominous shadow of the shark turning back towards him. It had not finished with him yet. With desperation in his voice, he cried out to his father on the beach, "Papa! Papa!" His plea for help lingered in the air as the shark closed in once more. Its jaws clamped around his torso, dragging him into the depths of the water. The sea churned and boiled with violence as the shark thrashed, its body breaking the surface again and again, showing no mercy. Yuri, paralyzed by the horror unfolding before him, watched as his son fought for his life, desperately trying to reach the safety of the shore. Vladimir's strength waned, his last breaths mingling with the salt water. It was a heart-wrenching scene, a father unable to save his son or reach him in time. As the tragic event unfolded, a lifeguard from a nearby hotel sprang into action. In a race against time, the lifeguard sped towards the scene in a speedboat, but despite their valiant efforts, they arrived mere seconds too late to prevent the tragic outcome. Vladimir's body had vanished, swallowed by the depths of the sea. The beach became a haunting tableau of grief and despair. Yuri and others on the sand were shattered witnesses to the brutal loss of life. Anastasia, Vladimir's girlfriend, had possibly been in the water too, spared from the shark's fury by Vladimir's warning. Another Russian lady, her connection to the family unknown, found solace in the embrace of sympathetic strangers. Eyewitnesses, traumatized by the tragic death they had witnessed, spoke of a shark that continued to ravage Vladimir's body underwater for what felt like an eternity. The relentless assault lasted for hours, adding to the terror etched into the memories of those who had witnessed the event. In response to the tragedy, authorities initiated a search for the tiger shark responsible for the attack. With the help of the speedboats, they swiftly located the shark still lurking in the area. Capturing it in fishing nets, they dragged the fearsome creature ashore, but the story didn't end there. Filled with rage and a desire for vengeance, men armed with metal bars and wooden sticks descended upon the captured shark. They beat it mercilessly with brutal force until its life was extinguished, exacting their own twisted justice for the life that was lost. Local officials, determined to prevent further tragedies, announced a post-mortem examination and investigation into the shark. To ensure the safety of the beachgoers, swimming, snorkeling, and kayaking were temporarily banned in the affected area and nearby locations. Nearly 50 miles of coastline were closed to the public for 3 agonizing days as authorities took precautions to prevent another tragedy. The incident sent shockwaves through the community and the tourism industry. The safety of the once idyllic waters was now questioned, leaving an indelible mark of fear in the hearts of potential visitors. While time might heal some wounds, the memory of this horrific event would linger, casting a shadow over the beautiful resort town of Hurghada.